Yep.
All right.
Good afternoon. I'm Jason Johansson, the homicide lieutenant with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. I'm here to brief you on a homicide investigation we're currently conducting at the 4600 block of West Sahara. This is in the shopping center located on the northeast corner of Sahara and Decatur, and it's in the extreme northeast corner back alley of that shopping center. Earlier today at approximately 12:32 p.m., officers from the Bolden Area Command were dispatched to a report of a shooting in the rear alley of the 4600 block of West Sahara. Again, it's in the rear alley, the extreme northeast corner of the property. As officers were en route to the call, they were advised that there was a shooting at the property and that there was a female who was shot and on the ground, and there was another male who had been shot inside the business. As numerous different people began calling into 911, officers began to arrive on scene. As they arrived in the back alley of the apartment of the rental car company, they located a female on the ground who was unresponsive, who had sustained multiple gunshot wounds. Officers initially began to provide medical aid to her, but realized that she was deceased, where they then directed their attention towards a male who was inside the rental car company. They located a male in his 30s who had sustained multiple gunshot wounds. A short time later, medical did arrive here on scene, treated him on scene, immediately transported him to University Medical Center, where he is being treated for multiple gunshot wounds and is currently listed in critical condition. Homicide has responded. We've taken over this investigation. The preliminary details that I have are as follows: that the male and the female were inside the rent-a-car company, completing a rent-a-car transaction. As they were in the rent-a-car company, a white pickup truck came down this alley, that is our suspect vehicle, and went around the corner to the rear parking lot of the rent-a-car company. The rent-a-car company keeps the vehicles that it stores for its patrons in the back alley. So when you complete a rental transaction, you go through the business to the back alley, and that's where you pick up your car. He then parks just past where they park the cars. Our two patrons, our male and a female victim, exit the rear of the rent-a-car company. He immediately confronts them on foot, and a verbal altercation ensues between him and our male victim. During that altercation, our suspect pulls out a firearm and immediately begins shooting at our male victim. After our male victim went to the ground, he then began engaging our female victim, and after that, he re-engaged our male victim as he fled into the rent-a-car company, which is why their initial calls came out at the rent-a-car company. After the shooting took place, our suspect then re-entered his white pickup truck and fled southbound through the alley towards Sahara and was last seen westbound Sahara. Our suspect is, we don't have him fully identified yet. We're going through the process of confirming who we think he might be. We are working a person of interest right now, but all I'll give out right now is that he is a black male with a heavy build, appears to be in his 30s or 40s. He's wearing a long sleeve black shirt is what it appears, with dark colored pants, if not black pants, and wearing dark colored shoes. Again, he did flee westbound. We do have a possible suspect vehicle that we are trying to identify right now and confirm it is that vehicle. Once we have that information, then we'll continue to work with what we have at that point in time. Again, we're continuing our investigation at this point. The details that I will have as we move through this investigation will change here, I'm sure, in the next few hours, and we will be able to confirm a lot of the information that I do not have right now. The suspect, again, last seen westbound Sahara in a white pickup truck. I encourage anyone with any information related to the two people involved as victims in this incident, if you have any information from prior history, please reach out to the LVP Homicide Section or reach out through Crime Stoppers of Nevada. With that said, I'll take any additional questions you may have.
Were there customers inside the business when this occurred?
I believe there was customers and the people who work at the business, but all the shooting took place in the rear alley of the business. And one other thing I want to say is this was not a random shooting. Based on the details I just gave you and the details I watched, this was directed at these two people. This is not like a random, someone just approaches somebody. They knew one another.
Do you have any idea what that relationship was?
We don't. That will be the big aspect of ascertaining what is the motive, which I think will start coming to the surface as we continue into our investigation. The question was, what was the motive? I think we will know that, I think, sooner than later. Right now, we're just getting going on our investigation.
Was there any gun found or anything like that, or no?
No, right now I'm not aware of any gun that was found on scene.
Any of the rental cars get damaged or shot at?
We're still processing, and we won't know that for a while.
Another question real quick. This has to do with another shooting that happened on Fremont Street. Is there anything you can confirm with that?
I'm only here to discuss the homicide that is taking place right now at the 4600 block of West Sahara.
Any other injuries besides those two people?
No, there's no other injuries besides those two people.
Do we know if they are employees of that Avis business?
They were not. They were customers. They had just completed a rental transaction and were going to pick up their rental car, which was in the rear alley of the business.
Is there surveillance in this alley?
There is surveillance. I'm glad you brought that up. There actually is a crime camera back there where the shooting took place. The whole shooting is captured on video between the crime camera and the rear cameras on the back of the businesses in the back alley.
There's been people trying to drop off cars and pick up cars from Avis. Do you know when they'll be back open?
I would just tell them right now, this back alley will be secured for a while, but they can reach out to the Avis at the front desk or through their 1-800 yard. But this back here will be closed for a while, as will be the inside the business, because one of our victims ran into that business, so there's still parts of the crime scene that are in there. All right, thank you everyone. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Lieutenant, just real fast, spelling on your last name?